Hi, this is Steve Walton from Tropic Heating and PatioHeat.com. Today we're going to take a look at this residential application. So a couple things that we want to be aware of on this application is we have some lamps, fan, we have some fire sprinklers up here, and also there is an existing gas line over here and electrical, I believe, for the heaters already, as well as the opposite side. So that's what we have. Now the table I have here is a little bit smaller than the table they have, but I think that's okay. So let's just go ahead and go right into my drawing. Excuse me. The dimensions that they gave us was a little bit rough, but we just had an image to go off of. When I say rough, I mean it wasn't specific or exact, but I have a roughly about 11 feet 6 inches to the ceiling up here, and then to this edge here down I have 10.4, and then overall dimensions here I have 27 feet. And I didn't get this dimension. Let me just pop that in here real quick. So from this edge here to this opening here we have 12.10. So let's go with that, and let's turn that off right now. So again, we want to be aware of these elements up here, and I think that the customer just wanted this space here heated. So we have to look at the overall availability for placement of heaters and how a heater can perform in this space. So I think the first thing that they wanted is possibly some gas heaters and located up by where their gas lines were located. And so if we put a gas heaters here, this is a 34,000 BTU heater, and you can see that it's actually below the line of this edge here. This is 17 inches of clearance here, and then the heater itself, which is 8 inch by 8 inch, so it's actually 9.5 inches from tip to tip. And the same thing over here. So now if we turn the ray on, see what kind of coverage we get. Here you can see that we're luckily not hitting the lamp, but our coverage is not as good, and it's definitely not good over here. I mean, I'm not sure what this actual use would be. Let's just go back over here and look at this image here. I don't see any seating arrangement over here, so that might not be beneficial for this client. But in any case, that's what kind of coverage we would get from one heater over here. So let's turn that off and go to possibly a different application here. Here you can see I have two heaters up here, and so the heaters are pointed straight down, and in this type of application we can minimize the clearance to 13 inches. So you can see that the heater is just above this edge right here, and we're keeping away from the fans and lights. I think this is about a 9-foot center to center. Let's throw that on here real quick, and there we go. Oops, there we go, somewhere there. So I have 8'8", and that's just based on the general dimensions that I had received. So with this coverage, you can see that we have a nice flow throughout this whole entire space, and that would be work out real well. And you can see from this viewpoint here, we're covering most of this area. So I think that would be a good application. Now I want to go back to one point that I made earlier, and that is these fire sprinklers. So fire sprinklers are rated for temperatures, and as these gas heaters operate, they have exhaust, and that exhaust is going to flow up, and it's going to fill up like a hot air balloon. It's going to fill up this soffit up here, so that it'll get extremely hot and could set these sprinklers off. So that's something to very much consider when choosing a gas heater in this application, regardless of whether you have it over here, like I had showed in the first scenario here, or whether you have it where I've shown it here. So either one of those cases, we could have issues with those fire sprinklers. So that's something to consider. And so with that being said, looking at electric heaters, We can place electric heaters either in the same fashion as we did the gas heaters. We'd have to use a shorter unit, I believe, to make it go, from here to here, or we could just do what I'm showing here, and that is to have some electric heaters, placed on this edge over here. I have 6 inches of clearance above, 6 inches of clearance on the side here, and then if I went ahead and just did an angle on both of these, we can get a this is going to be a general angle here, and I'm going to go with a 20-degree angle here. So you can see that our coverage is fairly well inside here. Could go with a hotter unit, or we could go, just use it as it is, a 4,000 watt unit, and your coverage would be fairly well. Now you're not going to have a perfect coverage over here, but because you're insulated by the house, that might be okay. As time goes on, this infrared light wave will heat the ground, the table, the chairs, the wall, and that will radiate some warmth into the patio as well, and give you a little bit of a protection. So that might be the other option. Or like I said, we can go with placing heaters, just like the second recommendation, which would be between the fan and the lights fixtures here and here. So in any case, that's my recommendation for this application. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor patio heating needs, we're here to help. I'm Steve Walton from Tropic Heating and PatioHeat.com. If this helps you, please give us a thumbs up. That really helps us know that our work is being appreciated out there. Thank you and have a great day.